life a person lives. I'm going to try and turn on my light here. It looks like it's a little low. Your live viewer are... Hold on, I've got to turn my light up. As soon as I figure out where the settings are. There we go. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being so patient. I did change the time in case some of you didn't know. I found that I wanted people to get home from work and not be so rushed, eat their food. So I'm trying out to see if 7 o'clock works. Anybody listening to this, if you'd like to let me know when a good time in the evening. So this is 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. And I'm here to share that people can heal themselves, getting out of their own way and going through a transformation. So I'm Julie. I'm a transformational coach and breathwork healer. And I have learned that breathwork is what helped me let go of all the stuck energy, things that haven't processed. Many people do not sit still. They are unable to process because they use alcohol, smoking, food to process their feelings, which is not processing. It's numbing, it's avoiding, it's keeping you from living life. And so Danny joined. How come I can't see that Danny joined? I mean, I could see that there. Anyways, when people start processing their emotions, that means you're sitting still. Timu, what's Timu doing on there? Is this advertisements on TikTok? Really? Seriously. So I'm here to share how to heal the body through processing, through breathwork healing. And when you sit in your heart center, when you sit in your heart center, you're in your heart. Everything, all the feelings come from the heart. That's what meditation is. I was never able or cared about meditation. I never knew that meditation, to be silent, is important. And I'm too busy to be sitting and be quiet, right? But what I like about breath work is you're breathing and releasing. So I can start crying because when you release emotions, you actually start crying or screaming, and all that stuck energy. There's a reason why I was unable to process and meditate. Who has time to just sit there and meditate and think about nothing? And I understand it's important, but I was not a yoga person. And yoga, so I'm here to share how to release stuck energy, unprocessed emotions. If people are drinking, smoking, eating, and tuning out and not sitting and feeling their emotions, they're not processing their emotions. Processing your emotions means you're letting go of the day. And if you haven't been letting go of the day from being with the people that you absorb their energy, or you're letting go of the stress of the day, if you're not letting go of the stress of the day, that's going into your body. And like a computer, we are absorbing every thought. Every thought is in the body, and until you release it, it is being absorbed, and it's in the body. And that's what makes us heavy. The heaviness in the body is stuck, trapped, suppressed emotions. So when I work with clients and they have pain, I have them tune into the pain and discover what is going on. You ask, you communicate with the pain. Oh, darn that, you, and a couple more U's. So when the processing starts, you start letting go. And when people start letting go, you're not so stressed. The stress is gone. Hi, Nicole. Thanks for being here. So I changed the time today. I usually come on at 6:15, and I am in Pacific Standard Time, or PDT. And so I'm here to share how to process emotions. And I do have a live event coming up on Thursday. If you're interested, make a comment. It's a free live event to learn how to process by listening to your body. I help you tap into the body and discover, hey, what's going on with the body? The body is always telling us that it's hurting. People don't listen. So when there's a sore muscle, aches and pains, your feet hurt, your back hurts, your body's saying, hey, listen to me. I'm hurting and nobody is listening to me. Oh, hold on. There's a client is, I've been doing the timeline. Is that normal? Oh, okay. So anybody interested in understand timelines? Do you know that all of us time travel? I'm going to share what time traveling is. Time travel is when you're in the moment, you're present right here, right now, right? Every time you think about the past, a past story, you have taken your body back into time. And when you think about the future, think of like the past on a train. You've got your past, you've got your future. When you think in the future of what your life is, you're time traveling into the future. You're making, bye bye, I love you. Thanks, Nicole. You are going into the future or into the past. Every time you think about the past, you've time traveled back into the past. And when you focus on the past, you may get stuck there. And then there's like a hurricane or tornado, you get stuck. And it's like you're in a wormhole. And so that kind of explains why people are in their head. They're stuck in the maze. You're stuck in a wormhole in your past. I wonder what that little line means. Okay, so I'm here to share. And again, if you're interested in my free event on Thursday, it's at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. And I share how to communicate with your body, because the body is saying, hi, Foster Martin. Thanks for being here. I could have sworn, Nicole, that you said goodbye. Didn't you just say goodbye? All right. So what happens in this timeline? So I'm going to be sharing part of this on Thursday, time traveling and how to stay present instead of going back into your past. Heal the past of your timeline so you can stay present. Many of us are I would say, we're not present. We're staying so busy that we're not paying attention. We're not tuning into the birds, the airplanes, the woodpeckers, the wind. I see a lot of people on their cell phones when I'm at the park just doing my breath work. And also call me Carly. Okay, Carly. Foster Martinez, Carly. So what I share is when the body hurts, I just jumped. Okay. When the body hurts, it's saying, hey, I'm here. Pay attention to me. Otherwise, if you're not paying attention, then something else is going to start hurting, right? And your body is saying, okay, nobody's listening to me. I think I'm going to make the other knee hurt. My mom said stay. I am subscribed. Foster Martinez. And wait, it is Martinez. Thank you for subscribing. When we ignore the pain, so I have curse words. Curse words are you, we, not, don't, won't, can't, wrong, hard, and those are all curse words. Curse words are what blocks us from moving forward. So let me share with you. If you are saying, I can't do this, I'm not smart enough, I'm not ever going to date again, I don't have anything that works for me, nothing works for me. That you hear that, not in nothing works for me. Those are curse words. That's like a curse on your life when you talk like that. Stop. Okay. Thanks for being here. Hi, everybody. So that's just one part of what blocks us from living. Those curse words keep us and block us from living life. You know Stray Kids? Do you know? I don't know Stray Kids. I do not know Stray Kids. So what I share is how to communicate with the body. And when the body is hurting, it's saying, hey, I'm here, I'm hurting. Nobody is listening. I teach you how to communicate with any type of pain that's in your body, wherever it's a discomfort, stomach issues, anxiety. I have healed depression, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue, anxiety, addiction, weight issues, which was like an eating addiction for me. So if you've listened and watched my post, I posted, I think I got like 32,000 people that looked at this post, how to stop eating. And if there's something you're working on that you'd like to change, let me know. I'm here to answer questions. It's only been 4 weeks, so I'm testing it out. But I started this video where I teach how to communicate with that feeling that wants you to eat. Edmond versus Colorado tonight should be a banger. I don't know, is that a game? Is that football? Baseball? I'm not sure what that means. And so when you communicate with your pain, you give your name a pain. You give your pain a name. A little backwards here. I ate 2 tacos, so my mind hasn't digested, and it probably should have rested before I started thinking too fast. So give your pain. Does anybody have pain, frustration, anger, or something that's going on that they'd like to work with? Just give me like a thumbs up, a yes, and let me know. For sure. Bye-bye. I love you. All right. Bye, Nicole. Thanks for being here. Yep. Okay, Justa. So can you share with me what kind of pain you have or what's going on? If you don't, that's okay. If you're not interested. But give the name to the pain and share it with me if you like. And I call mine Nicole, and you'll hear me talking about, I'm sorry, not Nicole. I'm talking to Nicole. I call mine Brittany. I'm telling you, I'm not used to working at night after I just ate. Usually I will eat dinner after I do this. So I think the blood sugar is not going through right now. I don't know what it is. Lots of laugh. I'm my alter ego, the person that likes to eat, is called Brittany. Brittany is lazy, or used to be lazy. So Brittany used to. She's not lazy anymore. She is on it. She loves coming on here and talking to all of you. And but she used to love drinking, eating, being lazy and making excuses. So these are the Brittany kind of clients that I like. My clients are people that struggle with spiritual empathy grows marijuana indoors just to complain about power outages and fires created by them, along with the dead firemen and freezing elderly. Jesus Christ's blood payment of the cross for eternal life. Oh, thank you. All right, so you got the name, and my person who is uncomfortable is Brittany. Brittany, you want to describe your pain. What does your pain look like? So mine looks like sewer, gross, gooey, stinky. What does it smell like? It smells like trash, and it's brown and black, and just it's sticky. It's like I can't get rid of it. That's the discomfort that I used to experience. What is your opinion on poop-stained underwear? Got none. It happens. My son, my 12-year-old, I was told that all boys have skid marks. I had somebody says skid marks. I thought it was cute. He calls his underwear skids. And so you wash them. That's what they're there for. That's like stinky socks. It happens, you know. Sometimes when you have soft stools, you can't get it all off. So you describe your pain. Brittany, I would describe her as gooey, just stinky. Thanks for your help. Okay, Ralphie. And what does it sound like? This pain. What does this pain, my Brittany, says it's a piercing noise, like a noise you can't remove. It's annoying. You know, some people will think it's like scratching a chalkboard. Oh, that's a horrible noise, but my pain is not like that. And then you've got, what does it feel like? Is it sharp? Is it bumpy? What is that discomfort? Mine feels like cinder blocks. You know what a cinder block is? Like a cement block laying on top of me. It feels heavy. It's like a heaviness, like I can't breathe, like something's weighed on me. And when I think about it, it's my childhood trauma of somebody laying on me, squashing me. That's what it feels like. And so once you describe in detail what your pain feels like, then you ask, what is going on? And you want to be in your heart center. So when you're in your heart center, the words, the stories come to you. Does that make sense? When you're in here, you're thinking you cannot hear, cannot not hear. You're unable to hear. So I just said a curse word. And curse word, I have to write it down so I'm aware of all these curse words that I say. Because when you pull those curse words out, your life will flow. Just like your thoughts. So you get rid of what you say and you get rid of the thoughts that I'm not good enough, I'm not happy, I don't know how to live life, I don't deserve to live life, I don't deserve to make money. So when I ask Brittany, how do you feel? You ask your pain, how do you feel? She feels lonely, scared, unhappy. She feels like nobody cares about her. And so share with me if you like, what's your retirement plan like? Any plans? I actually retired 15 years ago and then I got pregnant. So I came back to work. So what does it mean to you when someone sees double numbers? You know, my husband used to see double numbers, but he's not here to talk about it. It's not something I'm familiar with. I know a lot of spiritual people see it when looking at the clock. It's not something that I see, so I have nothing to say about it. I do know that when you desire something in life, you want to say numbers. Like, I desire $20,000 a month, making it and working for it, like by the 30th, like March 30th, I'd like to make $20,000 a month. Or there's like, you use your numbers. So numbers are very important, especially with angels. You got to use your numbers. And when you're talking about making money, how much money does a person want to make in what time? Does that make sense? So anyways, we're back on, what is the pain saying? So if you can share with me what your pain is saying, get in your heart center and ask, what will it take to let go of this pain? Yes, it does. Thank you. Okay, Benji. Any other questions? Thanks for your help. All right. More likes can attract viewers. Oh, I'm just looking through here. All right, so have you identified, given your pain a name? Have you described what the pain feels like, looks like, sounds like, feels like? And then have you asked your pain, why? What will it take? Well, ask the pain, what would the pain say if it was talking to you right now? So like I said, I named my pain Brittany. Hi, Michael. Benji, are you still here? So yeah, the number thing, I'm not familiar with the 1111 or 2021. It's not something that I've experienced, but I know my husband experienced it all the time and would always point it out. I experienced different things. I'm in pain, my woman gone mental. So you need to release the weight of your wife or your woman. Help, what do I tell the bullies when they tease me and sing goyam, goyam? I don't know what a goyam is. I need a comeback. You know what? How old are you? Dirty Motor Oil. I don't say just walk away. That doesn't work. Um, you can laugh it off. I mean, I don't know what a goyim is. Can you share with me? So when people would bully my husband, I don't know what a goyim is. My husband was being bullied by his boss. He was a real jackass, right? And one of my friends said, tell him you had sex last night. And what that does, you want to say something that makes them like stop in their track. When you respond like you're hurt, that gets them. Just tell them you love them. Like, so just there's different things. When somebody says something mean to me, I tell them they're entitled to their opinion, but I still love you. And that's what I say. And you know what it does is it softens them up. It's always worked. They always come back and tell me, I love you too, or they get off because I didn't give them the reaction that they wanted. Does that make sense? They sing goyim and it hurts. Again, I'm not familiar with the term. Please go get help. Hi guys, please go get help. Bullying. Okay. I said, don't call me that. It's disrespectful. I'm not your goyim. So say I love you. No, you don't need to say, don't call me that. Just say, again, I don't know what a goyim is. But remember, words, you're allowing somebody to say something. People say things to me all the time. They say I'm old. Somebody said I was 80 years old. And I laughed it off, but I've learned when you let that affect you, that means you're judging yourself. Because when you're judging yourself, things attack you. And you'll keep getting them attacked until you learn the lesson that these are words and it's time to heal. There are red lines and conditions in relationships. I hate disappointment. Who likes disappointment? When you stop disappointing yourself or allowing people to disappoint you, you'll stop being disappointed. There's a lesson to learn. I had to learn that I have to stop saying these curse words because they were blocking my finances. And once I realized that, there's a really funny thing on here. So I have don't and not, and I have to mark every time I say it. And I don't know if you can see this, but not and don't are really big. And do you know that 3 weeks ago, I couldn't even see that? My teacher said, you need to mark all the don'ts and nots. And I'm like, where are they? And he's like, they're the biggest words on the page. But we are blinded, our perception, we cannot see anything. There's that cannot again. There are red lines and conditions. Oh. Can't, don't. And so anyways, I was unable to see these words. So when we look at people and we read letters or text, we are only seeing what we see because the words we use. And the same thing about learning lessons, we will continue to attract the same story until we understand the lesson. So if you have unhealthy relationships, you keep getting into a new relationship, think this is going to be a different one, come back on topic, please, and help me. Dirty motor, I told you what to say. Say, I love you. Or, I don't know, are these people you work with? Can you stay away from them? I said, don't call me that. All right, so when you say, don't call me that, it's going to make them call you that more. You know, you're kind of saying, hey, because if they think it's funny. And you didn't tell me how old you were. How old are you? Are you over 21? We are here. Yes, we are. Somebody tells me I look like an alien all the time. I do know which planet, a planet that I was on, but I don't know what they're called. So Dirty Motor, how old are you? Can you tell me? So bullies, remember, when somebody bullies me and they tell me I'm old, I will say, you're entitled to your opinion. I love you. But I'm working with people that are like 30, 40, 50, 60 years old. This guy was a psychiatrist, and he admitted to me that people don't like him. And when he said that, kind of made me understand because he was being mean to me. and saying he was saving people from me because he didn't believe that people can heal themselves. We actually ended up becoming friends. So if you wanted to have something fun, again, I'd like to know how old you are. You're 22. So why, if you're 22, shut up, it's not good to tell the truth about what? Now you remember. So dirty motor at 22, why is it, you need to ask yourself, why is it that that word bothers you? I mean, who is actually saying this to you? You're 22. I'm a little confused. Why is somebody bullying you at 22? Raven, I'm not sure who you're talking to. Now you remember? Patience and peace, how are they different? Patience is your being patient. So my spirit guides, my guardian angels constantly, because I move so fast and I'm so hyper, says to sit and be patient. So being patient is not rushing to make something happen. You have to learn the lessons in order to see between the lines, moving a little slower. People that are fast paced miss the things in between. Like they're not seeing and they're not hearing what should be going on. Peace is everything's flowing. So peace is being calm, being in alignment. It's difficult for people to be in peace and alignment if they're not being patient. So people that are controlling everything are usually, I feel that they're not in alignment. Oops, there's that knot again. They're not in alignment. Okay. About going on another planet. Now, I'm not talking about planets or religion. This is about learning how to tap into your body, communicate with your body. After a certain age, you just don't care what others say. So you would think that, but if you are true, both reaches the same place. Hi Pamela, and if you are true. So when somebody's being bullied, now listen, I've had my own friends bully me. They were new friends, and because I didn't know this person well enough that she went off on me because I wasn't able to talk to her at the very moment. It was on a Friday in the middle, in between my clients, and she got really upset with me. She's like, I need to discuss this with you. And I said, you'll have to make an appointment. I'm really busy right now. And she didn't like that I was treating her like a client, but she wasn't getting off the phone. So she went off on me and went on all my social media. So she was a bully. Now, mind you, we are friends today, distant friends, because I have trust issues. And, I love her. I love her little girl. Let's see, it's just karma. Just face it and end it. Avoiding it will just delay it. So yeah, I go full force into the storm. Hey, what's this stream about? Learning how to heal the body. See you in the next episode, animals. Okay, Raving. Yeah, I love talking about aliens and stuff, but this isn't the place. I'm talking about communicating with your pain by naming your pain, describing your pain. Hello from San Diego, Trevor. I'm in San Diego too. How you doing, Trevor? I ate a window today. It was kind of painful. Please laugh at my joke. Oh, Anne. Is that Anne? You're funny. No, I was saying your name. Hello, Julie Hiskett from San Diego. Oh, hello, Trevor. Yes, where are you from, Trevor? You are related to David. David Hiskett? I found him 50 when I turned 50. It came at a good time because my husband just died. Ha ha ha. You want to respect this? Check it. I can't even read that. You never loved me, Mom, but I needed you. Whoa, slaps. Okay. All right. So what I do is I communicate and teach people how to communicate with their own body by giving it a name. So if you're in pain, discomfort, this is where this is where you want to be. I'm actually sharing that I have a live event on Thursday that's free. If you're interested, I go more step by step, how to communicate with the body and your pain and discomfort. That discomfort you can let go. You have to let it go by understanding it. And when you communicate with it, identify it, describe it, you're really describing how you feel, a part of you, of how they feel about yourself. So I call my pain Brittany. If you've listened, I talk about Brittany all the time. She was the one that laid on the couch, had chronic fatigue, was like boring, had fear of getting out of her comfort zone because she felt that nobody cared about her, nobody loved her, she felt unimportant. So learning how to manage with this, once you describe your pain, you ask your pain, how can we resolve this? I had to learn to let go of the lies. The lies were nobody cared about me. And this isn't not us as an adult. This is a part of us that fights us from living life, moving forward. So many of us who are lazy is a symptom. It's like an addiction. Okay, chronic fatigue is like an addiction. We're tuning out, distracting ourselves. So when I quit drinking, I went from drinking to chronic fatigue, couldn't get out of bed. My body said, no way. I like it in here. It's comfy. And I would sit and waste the day watching repeat TV. It was ridiculous. I'm honest and wait, I saw your black fatigue videos on the other channel. The black fatigue. I don't know what that means, but okay. That shit went hard. The dark magician. So yeah, so chronic fatigue is like an addiction. It feels so good that you tune out and you avoid it. Many people will say, no, it's I'm stuck with it. The doctor said I just have chronic fatigue. Now, I've had chronic fatigue many times. Sometimes the diet changed when I stopped eating carbs. In 90 days, I lost like 30 pounds and I had amazing energy, but that was 20 years ago. And then it started again. But for me, I believe the universe is saying, hey, we know Julie's going to keep working on it. So we're going to keep giving her stuff and have her remove it. So I learned that chronic fatigue and fibromyalgia were related to the foods at that time. And then I came back and had it again after I had my son. That's when I went through the spiritual awakening. And so I don't remember, did I talk about chronic fatigue? Today is my birthday. Okay, Ariz, Ahmad, happy birthday. Women need a younger man because they need their stamina. Men need older women because they need their willingness. Perfect age difference, 8 years, 10 years. Kratom will fix that. Kratom for fatigue. So I've healed all my symptoms. My symptoms were created by the way I felt about myself. So that's why I say name your pain, your discomfort. When you name your discomfort, kratom will have you feeling chronically awesome. What is kratom? What is kratom? So is that a drug? Is that a medication? Is that a juice? Can you share with me what kratom is? What is it for? Is it for high sonic SAS adventures? What is kratom? I wish I wasn't on my phone so I could look it up really quick. Somebody tell me what kratom is. So I share, a lot of people will talk to me about cannabis. How are you doing? I'm doing fantastic. For me to be, this is like my new thing that I do in the evening. Before I would lay on the couch and be unproductive, watch TV. It's a drug. It's like a drug addiction. It helps people get off heroin. So that's a drug, and so the kratom is kratom skipper. So kratom, I help people with the mental, emotional, and energetic energy. So there's an energetic energy that keeps us from feeling good. I want a cage daddy. I want to cage daddy. I'm not sure what that means. Okay. So People can have their drugs, but what I do, there's that but, I'm not allowed to say but. What I share with people is you do you, but if you want to get to your pain, I share how to get to your pain. People who sell kratom even say you shouldn't do it. Yeah, I stay away. I prevent and help people stay away from the drugs. If you're on medication because of a doctor's subscription, that's fine. But what I do is I share how you feel better. Many people on drugs do not feel good. They are still struggling because I hear about them in all the Facebook groups. I work with people with anxiety on the anxiety groups. Many think they're going to have anxiety for the rest of their life. If they communicated with their pain, they can get to the root cause, but you have to be able to stay right here in the heart center, stay out of your mind. Getting out of your head is the first place I went into when I stopped drinking. I stopped drinking, and it's like a new addiction started. Okay, you're not drinking to relax, and I fear you're trying to move forward. So I went into anxiety, and then I got out of anxiety realizing where it was coming from. It was the way I felt about myself. So when I share how to communicate with pain, you will discover where the pain is coming from. It usually is a part of you is fighting you. It's not you as an adult. It's the part of you that's afraid of moving forward. So it'll put on the brakes and say, oh no, we're not moving forward. My life is suck. Any advice? Yeah, only you can dig your way out of the rabbit hole. It comes with whatever's sucking in your life. Give that name. Give it a name. What is that feeling you have? It's a part of you fighting against you. No matter how hard you push, people are unable to move forward. So I would push and I'd have everything going perfect, invested in a business or a company or something, and all of a sudden the brakes go on. Nobody buys anything. Nobody is like not body. Nobody bought anything, and I would go broke and I'd have to go back to my regular job. So it works in everything. Love, your health. As soon as you go full force, you're healthy, everything's good. It's like you have these highs and lows. Stay positive. Look at the outcome that you're looking for. Your future outcome. What is it? Write it down, journal it, focus on it. Keep going. You're always going to have these hurdles up and down. I released all my symptoms, all my health, my depression, laying in bed, my addictions, drugs, alcohol, food. Now I have more energy than anything. And the hurdles, I kept going down and I pull myself back up. If y'all ain't familiar, this is a modern multi-level marketing. Don't fall for, what are you talking about? How is this multi-level marketing? I'm sharing how to heal yourself. My friends behave. All right, we don't need negativity here. Thank you. All right, so when your life sucks, your life is going to continue to suck if you keep focusing on it. Stop. Focus on how you want your life to look and focus on it every single day. Now, I was focusing on how I wanted my life 8 years ago. I've had the perfect life, but as soon as I changed my life and wanted to be seen, the brakes went on because I said I'd never, if you heard me say this, these are curse words, I would never be a public speaker. Do you know those words can hurt you when you say the word never? Can you open my chakras? You have to set an appointment for that, but yes, I can. Have you ever wondered if you have bought milk from the same cow twice? Never really thought about it, but now I'm thinking about it. I know that I've been on a dating service, and I know I had to have been talking to the same guy that I talked to 2 years later because he was the same asshole. He had the same attitude. It was weird. What are the chances of me getting the same guy? But he talked the same. I'm like, has to be the same, and I put that to an end. All right. Anybody here? Thank you. Anybody here struggling, suffering, wondering, what do I do? What can people do to move forward? What can I do to have the life I love? Always focus on the life you love and never give up. I started this journey 8 years ago, and The problem was I listened to other people and they all shared stories that worked for them, but I share how to communicate with your pain to understand why is it standing in the way? Why is this keeping me from moving forward? What is blocking me from love, health, and success? What can I do to have you in my life? I can't. I'm not taking applications right now. Sorry. I'm working on my career. That's my boyfriend. And I have a 12-year-old. So I'm all about family. Do you have kids, so-called? So I'm looking for somebody that has kids so we can do camping together. You know that? And that's just improper language. This is very important. So I do block people when you get rude. There's no reason for it. That's just very childish. Good evening, Micah. Are you a therapist? I am a transformational coach and a breathwork healer. I share how to do breathing because, believe it or not, we are not breathing properly. We breathe to the diaphragm muscle. We shallow breathe. And people that you ever hear shallow breathing, it's because they're holding and stuffing down the stress, all their emotions, their feelings, and they're not releasing the feelings. So what I help is bring in the people to breathe fully all the way down in the pit of your stomach. And I do this for like an hour. I had a lot of stuck, trapped emotions. When people don't process their emotions, it becomes painful. It becomes, if you get inflammation, you get dragged down. It feels like, can you breathe with me? I do breathwork exercises. I usually do them in the morning, like on Thursday morning, I'll be doing it. Does it help with anger? Yes. So to share with you, I will be doing a video and posting it because I can't do it. It's hard to do the breath work when everybody's talking to me. So it has to be a designated time. So it's focused. You want to focus. When you focus, you breathe very deep down to the pit of your stomach. I call it breathwork healing. And I let go of so much anger that, well, first of all, it was depression. And depression, when you break it down, it's sadness. It's how you feel about yourself. It's all the weight of how you feel. And I didn't feel that anybody cared about me. Have a good one. Stay beautiful. Thank you, Sikol. Sikol. I dare you to have a child in November. I'm kind of too old to have children. I wouldn't mind adopting a children. So, Favor, if you want to look at one of my videos, I do have a 5-minute breathwork exercise on there in my videos. I think it even says 5-minute breathing, but you know what? I think that will remind me to do that tomorrow, is do a breath work on there and then post it. Because even if I have one client that said she couldn't do the 30 minutes, it was very uncomfortable. So she saw one here on TikTok or YouTube that she did a 2-minute one and it was a lot easier. That means if you can't do it for 30 minutes, you have a lot of stuck energy. And I love it. I love doing the breath work because it's better than meditating. It's like meditation on steroids. And I just felt so amazing. Can you say a prayer for Leslie to be healed of any illness? Thank you. Yes, I'll say a prayer for Leslie. Does she have an illness? Or because you said to be healed of any illness. Does she have illness? Okay. Anyways. So yeah, do the breath work. You want to do it for 2 minutes with me? Oh, she has cancer? I'm sorry. Yeah, I would say, so I have helped people with cancer. A client of mine was in stage 4. She had leukemia and she's leukemia free right now. What happens if you order a pizza and let it get cold in time travel back? That's irrelevant. Oh, I am sorry about that. So you want to do 2 minutes of breath work and see how it feels. And when you do this, you can do this at home anytime you want. I would do this on the car. And what it does is it releases that stuck energy. And that stuck energy, I would start screaming. I would get angry because there's some people I was holding on to anger from when I was 2 years old. I didn't know about it until I was 50. But there are people, like if you had bad relationships, and you just got over it really quickly, you're probably still holding on to the emotions. And I didn't think I was holding on to anything when I was 15, but I was. I just ignored it. I didn't process it. Does that make sense? When you process your emotions, you'll feel lighter and you let it go. It's like when you're at work every day, you should be processing every single day of all the stress of your day, breathing just like this. So if you want to do it, yes, it makes sense. So I'm going to do it. Let's do 2 minutes. You want to do it with me? Do 10 push-ups, Mom. I'm talking. I'm kind of working here. Yes, it makes sense. So a favor, let's or Oleg, whoever wants to do the breath work, let's do it for 2 minutes. 2 minutes. I'm going to count. So I'm going to share with you how to do it. I don't party. I'm 60 years old. What am I? My party. This is my party. This is my party. So this is how you want to breathe. You want to breathe in through your mouth. You want to put one hand here to always be in your heart center. And then you want to put one on your stomach. So every time you breathe in, you expand your belly. That means you're getting oxygen to the belly instead of to the diaphragm muscle. When you breathe to your diaphragm muscle, you're keeping all the stuck energy suppressed. No. Okay. Oh, thank you, Sir Leatherface. All right, so we're gonna start. Dude, you're 60 and look 40. Thank you. All right, so we're gonna start in 25 seconds. So you're gonna breathe like this. When you breathe in, you're gonna expand your belly. When you breathe out, you're gonna suck in your belly. What's gonna happen is you can tend to get emotional. You said anger, you wanna let go of anger. Set an intention, what you wanna let go. Okay, I'm talking to, I don't know what your first name is, but we're letting go of that anger, right? And you can do this in the car, favor. You're going to get dizzy in that first 2 minutes of breathing fast. When we're doing this, it's going to help. It's going to make you uncomfortable. It's going to make you dizzy. Dizzy is a symptom. Nobody dies from breathing. It's going to make you feel uncomfortable, and you'll start freaking out and contorting your body. This is what happens when you do it for 5 minutes. I'm not certain it'll happen in 2 minutes, but because I'm so used to it, I've been doing this for 3 years. I'm familiar. Your body will start cramping. Keep breathing. Again, nobody dies from breathing or getting dizzy. You may start crying. If you start crying, laughing, yawning, coughing, these are all symptoms that the stuck energy is coming up. And I did say we're going to start in 25 seconds, and I started talking too much. So let's do it I'm going to do it at 49 minutes, which is in 30 seconds. Go along with me, all right? And I'm going to talk, and I'm going to try and do it the whole 2 minutes and build the structure of your body so that Q can run throughout the body. I am still here. Okay, so in 15 seconds, get your hand here. Make sure you're right here in your heart center. And then expand your belly, and it's going to collect all that stuck energy. 5 seconds, get ready. Breathe through your mouth like this. Go ahead and begin. And keep going. And the reason you do it fast is to get as much oxygen to that stuck energy. I'm just going to keep doing it with you. The faster you do it, the more work you get into the oxygen to the belly, okay? Make sure to expand the belly. It's been 30 seconds. Going. I know it's hard. It's not even been a minute yet. 1 minute. 1 more minute to go. That's your body saying, hey, keep going. Don't give up. You're going to feel calm, relaxed afterwards. Do it faster. It's only another 45 seconds. Keep going. You got this. You've done harder things than this. Keep going. 15 seconds. Don't stop. 4 seconds. Go ahead. Stop. Feel your body, the calmness. You'll feel at peace. Just feel into that. Breathe normal, in through your nose, out through your mouth. Give out a big heavy sigh. Breathe in through your nose. Heavy sigh. Let out any extra energy. You're getting tired because your body is saying, hey, I've got to release this stuck energy. I feel a bit of relief. Doesn't that feel amazing? That was only 2 minutes. Now just listen for a moment. You may start feeling things of the anger, of why you're holding on to anger. Breathe like that if you can remember. Just your neurosis. That's just your neurosis. I'm a breathwork healer, so I know what I'm talking about. I've been doing this for over 3 years. That relief, and I don't know what neurosis is, so I'm sorry. But what that is you're releasing the stuck energy. I am feeling things hard. So I don't know if you just did the breath work. I know one person did it. 3 years, I've released all my symptoms of anger, how I felt about myself, the blame that I had for myself, the guilt that I carried. And when we hold on, I'm feeling empty of all thoughts. You're feeling empty, like there are no thoughts, or are you blocking yourself? So just to let me get back to who I was talking to. I'm sorry. Okay. When you feel exhausted, sometimes it's the body is just overwhelmed. When you breathe like that for 2 minutes, do it in the car. And I'm going to do this tomorrow for 15 minutes, but I do this with clients for an hour. If you come to my class on Thursday, it's a free class where I'll be doing it for 20 minutes. There'll be so much stuff that you release. You release a lot of tears, a lot of anger, a lot of blame and guilt. And it's an amazing feeling, but it's work, because you're letting go of stuck energy from not processing. And when you're not processing, you're holding on to the energy, the stress of the day. You're also holding on to other energies that attach to you, people that you're around. When you hear their stories, if you're an empath, you're feeling their stories. Nurses go through this, and doctors, where they absorb the pain and they don't understand why they're exhausted. And they're exhausted because they're not letting go of that stuck energy. They're not processing. Does that make sense? So just in case I make it to your live stream later, how many days would you recommend for me to practice it? I do it every day. And I do it, so I do 30 minutes. I used to do an hour every day, but I was exhausted, because when you're letting go of a lot of stuck energy, you're leaving room and space for good stuff to come in. But it's a heaviness you're letting go. So you can be tired. And but it's safe. Just know, I worked on a lady. She was tired for 3 days because she found that the pain that she had developed, she had created it. And she was beside herself. She was the sweetest little lady, but when her parents weren't giving her attention at 2 years old, they were farmers. They left her and her sister so I'm going to share this story. They left her and her sister at home by themselves, and the babies would cry. They're like, why was mommy and daddy not playing with us? And they made it about them. So many of us, when we have these issues, we don't realize that our parents have things to do, and it's not all about us. When we're not getting the attention at 2, 3, 4 years old, we make it about us, like we're not important, we're not lovable. Anyways, so at 2 years old, she cried a lot, she said, and she had mentioned that she had problems with her feet, that she created these feet problems to get the parents to stay home and pay attention to her. She got so much attention from her parents that her sister that was younger started having feet problems because she was jealous of all the attention. So now they're 60 years old. I think they were 65 because this is a couple years ago. And she had had her foot amputated. Her sister had her foot amputated. So sympathy pains. And she's like, I'm going to get more attention than you. Needless to say, as adults, they weren't understanding why they were sick their entire life. She was handicapped. But when she realized that, oh my God, I created this, it released a lot, but she wouldn't continue the therapy, the healing that I was doing, because she was in bed for 3 days. She's like, this is too tiring for me. She also said if she was to heal and feel better, she wouldn't collect the disability. So she discontinued. And it makes sense. You start worrying, how am I going to make money if I'm not sick? Does that make sense? I was really sad because I was getting somewhere with her. But some people are not ready. They're not ready to heal. And I had to be open to that and understand that if I want it more than them, I need to back away. So we were on a 2-month plan. And because it was free, she didn't have any money. I was helping her. But then she didn't want to be helped anymore. So does that make sense? So back to breathing every day, once a day. Don't do too much. If you start feeling tired, it's a lot of work. Like I said, I've been doing it for 3 years, and you will get dizzy. You look tired. I am tired a little bit. Talking is a lot. I've done this for 3 hours. Do you know how much talking? I mean, I'm having fun, but I have no makeup on. So yeah, I probably do look a little tired. Ma'am, you've done enough. Go enjoy your life. I talk because I'm sharing. This is my job. So 3 hours is not bad. It's a lot of talking since I just went public and went live in the last 2 weeks. Stand and stretch, Virgo in house. Virgo in the house. Are you saying you're a Virgo? So yeah, it takes a lot out of you to talk for an hour, let alone 3 hours. What is your secret vampire name? I don't. There is no secret vampire name. Anyways, so yeah, breathe every day for that 2 minutes, if anything. And remember, if any emotions come up, let the emotions arise. Only graceful words should proceed out of your mouth. I'm working towards that. Yes. And I have curse words I'm not allowed to say, but I have to mark them every time I say them. That's how many times I've said them today. So those are curse words, which is sometimes I'm unable to say a sentence without saying them. So curse words are don't, never, can't, hard, but. So there's a whole bunch. I'm almost have 200 subs. You're in my circle. Let's manifest positive feelings. So manifest feelings. I have amazing feelings. So is there anybody that's interested in becoming pain-free and want to know how to be pain-free? Only graceful words. I almost have 200 subs. What are 200 subs? 200 subs, not certain what that means. I'm a Cajun housewife. A Cajun housewife. I think of food when I think of Cajun. like spices. Guys, we should all choose secret vampire names. Okay, you owe me a burger. What if I'm a vegetarian? Subs means subscribers. Oh, you have 200 subscribers? I almost have 200 subscribers. So you're above me. So I've been, and please subscribe if you'd like to know more about my upcoming event on Thursday to learn how to communicate with the body, to be pain-free and at peace. So it doesn't matter if you're uncomfortable, anxiety, depression, addiction. I help guide people to communicate how to remove the pain by giving it a name, giving and describing it. So once you sit your pain in front of you, and this is what I share on Thursday. So I have, as of a week ago, I only had like 137. So I've only been going live for a week on YouTube, and I was hoping to build it up. And I was told to go live. For some reason, I'd been posting for 8 years and I only had 100 subscribers. So believe it or not, we are so powerful. We can block people from seeing us. And I share this because I grew up being invisible. And when you are terrified of being seen or being in public, no, we work hard. Wow, no, we work hard, subscribes. I see some people that work really easy and it just comes natural to them. I thought it was their energy. I just subscribed to you. Thank you, Chad bro. Chad bro. Absolutely. I love your feelings. Thank you. When are we going on a burger date? I don't eat burgers. I do like cake though. Of course, I haven't eaten cake since, so I share how to stop eating, and I haven't eaten cake in like 3 weeks. So I had a weakness for cake, cookies, and ice cream. And thank you for subscribing. And so do you believe that going live will be easier and to get subscribers? I guess so, because since I've gone live, I go live every morning at 9 o'clock. I'm taking tomorrow off to meet a whole bunch of new friends. So I have lost many friends because as I've changed and went through a transformation, a lot of my friends, I've kind of grown apart from them. Nah, I'm not cheating on meat. I'll do cake though. I'm Lori. Okay, it's my husband's email. Okay, Lori. Nice to meet you, Lori. So on Thursday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, I share how to communicate with the body. And I also do a healing. It's a breathwork healing. And I'll share my breathwork, how to release stuck energy. So we should all be processing our emotions. I'm glad to meet you too, Lori. What have I stumbled into too? What have I stumbled into? Did you stutter? Victorium, known. So I have healed all my symptoms from breath work and communicating and learning my lessons. And I had so much stuck energy. When I stopped drinking, I started crying. And what I realized is I never processed my energy. So when you are stressed at work, you should be coming home and just giving yourself 20 minutes to process those emotions. And since I used to drink, who has time to process? I didn't know you're supposed to sit and listen. Thought your name was Sloppy Joe. I like your fashion. Do you like sushi? I do like sushi. So that's actually in a post of mine. It'll talk about my live event, healing. But I am on here every day at 7 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. I'm here every morning at 9 a.m. And I have a lot to say because I've done a lot of healing. Oops, because is another word I'm not allowed to say. That's another curse word. You're not supposed to say because, you're supposed to say and. Because is almost like making excuses. I can't show up because I've got to go eat cake. It's an excuse word. You just say no. You don't have to make excuses. Those are excuses, right? I'm non-alcoholic. I'm not as fun. So some of my friends, I hang out with my friends that drink, because and I gotta mark that down. I can be with my friends and be myself without drinking. So that's what I had to learn. I went and talked to my person, Brittany. Why do you need to drink to have fun? I have up beer and soda. I have up beer. I have up beer and soda. So I shared how. So you want to hear how I stopped drinking, or how I discovered why I drank? Identify what you're saying. I'm all talked up. My tongue's getting tongue tied. So when I wanted to know why I needed to drink to have fun. Well, it was because I wasn't comfortable in my own skin without alcohol. So when I went to a bar sober, which I never left the house without drinking, I ordered a Bacardi and Coke, sat outside at the bar at a table by myself, and I asked, why do I need to drink this cocktail? And it's like, why do I need to drink? And so her name is Brittany. So I always share, call that person, that part of you, a name. And her name's Brittany. And I asked Brittany, why do you need this drink? She's like, because all these people are looking at me, saying mean things. They're judging me. And they're saying, you're stupid. What are you doing here? Look at you. You're alone. What a loser. You're a failure. You can't do anything right. Thank you, my Dixie Rack. Thanks for subscribing. I know exactly what you're saying. And what I realized is all those voices I was hearing that was saying I'm a failure, I'm fat, and I'm stupid. You look like Felix from Stray Kids. Okay, I don't know what that means. I knew that was in my head. It wasn't anybody outside of me. Oh my God, there's enough voices in my head. I never heard those voices that I was aware of. And so it's been 4 years since I've drank. You're not fat. No, but the voices in my head did say I was fat. And so this was 4 years ago. And from that moment on, I drank the cocktail. And then I went home and I wrote about it, why and how to stop drinking. And so I stopped drinking in like the next couple weeks. I had to work on myself and ask, what can we do to get rid of the voices? Those voices were lies. I'm not stupid. I mean, I owned a company. And so my older self was strong, but it's that inner self, Brittany, the 2-year-old that was taken advantage of, and people hurt her. Her dad hurt her. Her uncle hurt her. And it was her that has the power to control my life, and why I struggled to get forward, and she'd keep putting on the brakes. And so the next one was eating. So recently, it's only been like 4 weeks, but I've been working on, why do I eat? So there was a lot more work to do, because when my first addiction started, it was creating the stomach aches and calling in sick to school. I was always like, Mom, my stomach hurts, my stomach hurts. That is a part of me that felt like a loser. I was not a good student in elementary school. I was creating this pain in school because I didn't like people. I didn't have friends, not really. And I didn't make friends easily. I was very shy. And so I started the stomach issues, stomach aches. I always had a stomach ache. I don't have them anymore. And I would blow up like a balloon when I was in my 20s, 30s. I always looked like I was pregnant. And so then I started eating probably when my stepdad came in and demanded junk food. So I used that junk food and I would eat the whole half-gallon of ice cream. Probably not then. I probably did that more when I was 15. But that was my first real addiction, like substance. It was food. Love food. I would not go to a party until I knew exactly what kind of food was going to be there. You want to feel like you're in your 20s again? No, my 20s were horrible. Never. I had to drink to have fun. I had to eat to have fun. I used to have loads of friends, but now I have none. I have a lot of friends right now. I made a lot of new friends. A lot of my friends that I had in my 20s are coming back to me. And I thought that they left me. I realized I pushed them away because I was so shy and had so many problems within my head, thinking people don't like me. So how did I quit eating food. Like between 3 and 5 o'clock, I always ate a lot of junk. And she is in her 20s. What are you talking about? You were a naughty one. It's hard to say. I relate to no friends because you can't trust anyone. So when you can't trust anyone, you can't trust yourself. All right. There's something about you. So again, my Brittany didn't trust anyone either. So you will keep attracting people you don't trust. And then you'll avoid people, getting in a comfort zone to stay away from people. That's actually incorrect. Start trusting yourself and you'll want to get out of your comfort zone and enjoy life. I love Greek food. You should not trust anyone because they will try and hurt you. No, that's, my, you will attract exactly how you feel about yourself. If you're trusting people, that means you're trusting yourself. If you're attracting people you can't trust, that means there's a program running, and you're not learning your lesson. So you will continue to keep attracting the same people until you learn the lesson. Like I kept attracting guys I dated that lied, cheated, would steal from me. And it's amazing. You would think that when you date someone that makes less money than you, they would appreciate you. But they had their own issues. So no judgment. They had their issues, and we attracted each other because they didn't trust themselves. So they attracted someone that they couldn't trust. This is intriguing discussion. I love it. Thank you for 748. I only cheat and lie occasionally. I might cheat. I don't cheat on relationships, but I do lie. A guy will always feel less of a man if a woman has more than him. So I'm not gonna lie. I do lie. But it's not that I'm really lying. I get confused and contradict myself sometimes. But I may not do that anymore because I have a lot of love for myself. And yeah, these guys I had a guy, I had a 2-story house, and I could hear my boyfriend walk across the hallway upstairs because my bedroom was right above my kitchen. And I'd be cooking in the kitchen and I could hear him going around my bed, and he'd stop, and I knew my purse was right in a certain spot. And I snuck up there, and he was stealing money out of my purse. Fucker. He's like, "Oh, I needed some money." I'm like, "Ask me." It's not like I wouldn't have given it to him. But he had his own issues. He had a lot of depression, and doctors put him on a lot of medication, and it was really sad because he's not with us today. He had taken his life. But doctors do not check up on you when you're not feeling good, and he had a really hard time sleeping and knowing if he was awake or asleep. Hard to learn lessons when from childhood through adulthood people hurt you. So again, when you learn the lesson and you see it, that's why I always say be patient when you see it, because when you're going too fast, like the rabbit, there's the hare, the turtle and the hare. My brother did that too. That sucks, but it's part of life. Yeah, because part of what he's doing is what I came into, learning about depression and suicide and how we feel about ourselves, because we attracted each other. I have nothing against him. We had a beautiful boy together, and we attracted each other because we both felt the same way. What happens if a never-ending cycle and pain always comes? Then you're not learning the lesson, and you're not comprehending what you need to learn. So I've healed a lot of my trauma, which I didn't even know I had until I was 50. So when my son's dad died at 50, I started learning about, like, I didn't know if I was crying about him dying or crying about my dad dying, because I never grieved. Who grieves at 3 years old, right? My dad died when I was 3. My son's dad died when he was 3. All of us had our dads die when we were 3. Isn't that weird? You get hurt when you trust others. Every time I open myself up. So again, you're attracting people that you can't trust because you're not trusting yourself. When you trust yourself, you open yourself up to attracting people you can trust. Again, I had all these people I thought were good friends. And when I started opening myself up and healing, I realized those people were just complaining, and and all they wanted to do was suffer. They weren't ready to heal. And no matter how hard I tried to help, I had to let go because I wanted it more than they did. I taught them the lesson, the exercise, how to do the breath work. And they would complain and say, I can't do it without you. And they didn't want to do it because I had videos they could watch. So it was really sad. I mean, I still love them all, but I was growing, and I wasn't growing as long as I was holding on to people. And then I realized that they were not good friends, that they had done horrible things to me. I just had my blinders on. Let me read this. You get hurt. Okay, we're past that. Kevin Davidson, Dark House, I can relate. Dark House, I am 36, Mr. Boston. 40. Are you 40? Are you saying, Kevin, that you're 40? Glad to be clean and sober. I quit smoking 2 days ago. Good for you. Are you having anxiety since you quit? Vance from Marysville, California. I'm in San Diego. No good. No good, nigga. No good, nigga. Growing old, you mean? Growing old? I'm 60, so I'm having a better life than I've ever had. I mean, I also have my son who's 12. I guess so, Kizzard. Growing old. Been smoking since 13. You know, I stopped smoking. Hey, with that mustache. Did you see that mustache, you guys? How did that happen? What do you mean when you're in a relationship that aims working, but you guys have a 2-year-old son, but love each other? But how do you walk away when you get gut feelings things ain't right? Well, you have a 2-year-old, so I wouldn't say just walk away. Hey, did you give me that hat with the mustache? That was cute. Thank you. You do know that I'm on 2 different social medias, right? So I'm on YouTube, and I was going to call it Kit Kat, TikTok. so I'm not used to working at night like this. And so I get a little tongue-tied and start speaking backwards a little bit. So bear with me. I think I'm just a little tired from, there's a lot of talking. Did you have anxiety when you quit smoking? I got a 3-year-old and a 6. Don't give up the fight. Wait for 27. You're doing well. Stay together for the children. Oh, so my husband died. So are you talking about the other one? Are you talking about... I call it Jew talk. So what do? You have to work it out, but you separate because the children will feel the pain. The children, a lot of people will stay in the relationship, and children are young, they're empaths. They absorb all your pain, and they'll see the unloving relationship that you're in. As long as you have time, yes, the other person. We spoke last night about my foot pain. Oh, hi, Winston. You wear those shoes again? Those 7-inch heels? I'm sorry. Nobody's going to tell me that I have to wear heels. I'm sorry. I don't understand that at all. Trust Jesus. So Jesus or God will lead you to the guidance. But nobody's going to do the work. You have to do the work yourself. 60, yes, here, but life threw me a very tough situation. I don't want to keep fighting. I have to wear them. I know you said that, Winston. So then get away from the fighting, because I've lost friends to suicide because they couldn't handle the fighting. And it was sad because they left a 2-year-old baby boy behind. And I was just really surprised that somebody couldn't just separate, but that means they had their own issues. As a kid, I wanted my parents to divorce, always fighting. So yeah, I have to wear okay. So yeah, I see what happens to the kids. I see these moms yelling at their kids all the time. Kids are going to grow up with anxiety because they don't know how to process their emotions. If they're not processing, because they're kids, if they're not getting into sports and screaming and letting all that nervous energy out from mom yelling at them or yelling at the husband, they're going to have issues, and those issues are they're going to tune out into the video games, or they're going to drink or smoke because they don't know how to deal with things. Does that make sense? Oh, I'm sorry, Winston, about your foot. That sounds horrible. As a kid, I wanted my parents to divorce. So did your parents ever divorce? Inverted banana? So does that make sense about getting, like, if you're unhappy, the kids will feel it. The kids will grow up thinking, I'm never getting married because this is horrible. So when you're separated and living in different places, you can be calm, and the children, they won't understand, but they'll understand it when they get older. But they'll feel better because all that energy is being let go. You know, that they're not holding it all in. By the time they're like 6, 7 years old, they're already feeling lazy and weighed down and feeling disconnected because they've absorbed mom and dad's yelling and screaming at each other, or just the energy. They feel the energy. Kids are empaths. And so when people are yelling, the kids feel it. They don't understand it. And when they have temper tantrums, it's because they don't know how to let it go. They're not having temper tantrums because they're crazy and they're two. That's how they let go of that energy, that nervous energy in the house. That's why you got to let them out in the park and run and scream. I let my son scream. But I took him outside to run. We would race every single day. We were outdoors. He's a very calm kid, but I'm also a very calm person, right? As a kid, I guess somebody spoke it. Married 38, but wife's stoke changed her. Wife's stoke changed her. Very angry. I can't take it anymore. Breathe. Make sure you do. Did you do the breath work with me earlier? No, they still torture each other. He was a cheater, though. I'm 49. Are they still together to this day? Your parents? It's not the first time my skin stretched apart. I got skin glue from a veterinarian friend. Stroke. Oh, stroke. I'm sorry. I didn't think about that. Married 38 years, but my wife's stroke changed her. Very angry. Yeah, so she had a stroke because she's holding on to a lot of pain. And I don't, breath work is not good for people that have had certain things like heart attacks. There's a few things I'm not allowed to work with unless you get it okay from the doctor. I could tell when somebody's angry, they're probably thinking, why me? A lot of people that have a stroke and they have anger. It's not the stroke, the anger they've been holding in, and the stroke created it to come out. So you might want to share with her, take her to some breathwork classes, if you can. I mean, I don't know how well your relationship is. I share a lot, you know, I do work with couples, and doing the breathwork exercise really heals because it lets go of a lot of that anger. Did you subscribe? Because I will be doing probably either tomorrow or after my Thursday event. I am going live Thursday. You have to sign up for it because it's on a Zoom meeting. It's a live breathwork, free. It's free healing breathwork class, and tuning in, being guided to communicate with your body. So like somebody that's communicating with their heart, you would give it a name, and then you would talk to that pain. Like I talked to Brittany, and the pain, a lot of it, they don't feel loved. When you have heart issues, I don't know about a stroke. I've never worked with anyone that had a stroke, but people that have had a heart attack or heart valve problems, they usually lack love for themselves. They don't feel lovable to themselves. Something that happened as a child. So as an adult, we love ourselves, right? But it's a part of us that blocks us from attracting real love to ourselves. Very beautiful straight hair. Thank you. Thank you. I also have long hair because my job requires it. Cool, Winston. I don't have an answer for your feet. Like I said, different high heel shoes. She calls herself a cripple. So she's playing the victim. don't tell her that, but she's angry. So she's portraying herself out to everybody, but what it is she's angry with herself. And what she doesn't realize is she created the stroke, but she's angry with herself. So think of this. Something happened when she was a little girl where she didn't feel lovable. Maybe she didn't get enough attention. And although you guys have been married for a long time, she was happy. Something happened and triggered her to take her back and pull her back into that. Remember, I say, share, give me the name of the pain you're going through. Whoever is the part of her that blocks her from living life and loving herself is angry. So whether she's blaming someone, do you like Taylor Swift? I do like Taylor Swift. Yeah, she did, but you can't, you don't want to say that. Some people will not understand. She has to want to get help. And it's hard to mention to people because I work with people every day and I said, you can heal yourself. No, the doctor said I can't heal myself. The doctor said I'm supposed to be in pain for the rest of my life and take these drugs. And those are not my ideal clients. My clients are people that understand spirituality and understand we can heal ourselves, and we're not here to suffer. We're not here to suffer. We are here to live our purpose and be happy, healthy, and successful. But I had to get out of my own way. Out of all my friends watch my journey. And some of them are like, Julie, get old like the rest of us. Well, I am pain-free. I have to go, sadly. Bye, Winston. I have to meet a client on super short notice. Get some comfortable high heel shoes. All right. I love you, Winston. I'll see you. I'll be back here, I think, tomorrow night. So remember, people that complain or they yell a lot, he wants me to come to his place. Okay. I don't know what that means because I'm not even certain what you do. That's me, but I love her. I can't take it anymore. I'm tired. So do some breath work yourself and show how much this breath work works really good. Maybe if you still do things together, take her to a breathwork detox class. I don't know if she's open to that. Even maybe watch one of my videos because I've healed all my symptoms. Again, never worked with, I wanted to work with someone with Parkinson's, but in the meantime, he had passed away. So I think it's been like 6 months. But if you look up breath work and all the things that it's benefit, it really helps let go of that stuck energy, the unprocessed emotions, right? So I've been on here an hour and 20. Oh my God, it's 8:30. Time flies when you're having fun talking. I need to go. Need is a bad word, right? Thank you so much, everybody. If you are interested in coming to my free live event, it is at 1 o'clock on Thursday, Pacific Standard Time. I will share and guide you step by step. Wait, she shuts me down every time trying to help her because she's in so much pain. And do you explain to her that you're not happy? Maybe if you said, this feeling when you talk to me like this, what I feel doesn't make me feel good. It makes me feel that, and then you have to answer the question. Because you don't want to make it about her, and you don't want to make it about, you want to say, because she may not understand how she's treating you and shutting you down. She's afraid. She's probably, when she had that stroke, it probably really upset her and she's angry now. No, I focus on her only. So, but when you focus, you need to focus on yourself and let her watch you take care of yourself. Or do you have to help her? Can she walk okay? Again, if you start breathing, just doing the breath work, listening to a video, she's going to make comments, but do it in front of her and say, hey, I'm releasing all my stress because all this yelling makes me feel bad. You want to make it about you. And if she doesn't like listening about you, then she stopped caring because she's so angry with herself. She's pushing you away. That's what happens when people are angry with themselves. They are so angry with themselves that it comes off on you. And you feel that it's about you. It's not. It's not about you, but you'll feel that it's about you. Does that make sense? She's angry with herself. Does that make sense? So I'm going to go. I'll be back here tomorrow at 7 o'clock. I told her I'm tired. So you need to release. So what you're doing is you're going to be absorbing her energy because you care so much. You need to do some breath work, or not need. Need. Where's that need? You should do some breath work and release that energy because you're absorbing it. You're absorbing it. You want to release it. Were you here when I did the 2-minute breath work? I'm an empath. Yes. So you're absorbing her pain and it's going to drag you down. One of my friends who takes care of his wife almost died. She'd been sick. She goes in for kidney dialysis and he almost died. He had to have open heart surgery. And all of a sudden she got better. Well, because she had to take care of him. So it's like, it's amazing. When you stop focusing on your pain, you can help and do things for other people. And so I have another, gosh, it's been 2 years. Another friend who was on dialysis and her husband took care of her all the time. And as soon as he got in a car accident and he died 3 days later. Okay, Midas Knight, cancer now? Who's got cancer? Does your wife have cancer? Oh, she's wheelchair bound. Yeah, so she is getting sick because she's holding on to some kind of guilt. Something's going on with her. And in order for me to help anybody, they have to want it. Ask her if she wants to get better. Ask her that question and then take her into a breathwork class if you can. I'm sorry you're going through all that. It's tough. Good night, guys. I'm going to go. I'm tired. Please follow me. Let me know if you want to come to my event on Thursday. It is free. You will let go. If Midas Knight, if you're here, this will be good for you just to clear off all that energy and how you feel. But this will help you too, because what she's going to do, she's going to bring you down and you're going to become weak and it'll be hard to take care of her. Because what happens usually is the caretaker gets sick and dies first. So make sure you take care of yourself. Come to my class. Come to listen to my videos. I'll do a video specifically for you to do that healing for the breath work. The breath work releases that stuck energy and clears your mind to realize she's hurting, she's in pain, and she's scared. So if you can think about how she's thinking about herself, she's feeling guilty about something and she's afraid. So, and I know you love her, just let go of that energy that you have, okay? I love you guys. Thank you. Am I pregnant? Gosh, I hope not. Help yourself stay around to be there for her, okay? Help yourself, because again, caretakers usually die first because they stop taking care of themselves. Take care of you. She can wait, and you can do some breath work. I would say do 30 minutes. Start with 15, 20 minutes. I do believe in God. Goodbye. Love you guys. See you tomorrow. Enjoy.